I have computers, and I go to the Chestnut Street Apple store, and I see these little kids, small infants. They have their own table, and they're practicing on computers. And when you're talking about that this is a society where people are not taught to interact, they're training young infants before the age of 1 how to do this. So go ahead.
So you're absolutely correct. One of the challenges we have today, I'm a native San Franciscan. I've watched one of the most cultured cities in the world. Now it is turning into a city of boredom, a city of complacency, a city that is lost, that is basically, when you think of San Francisco, oh, San Francisco, this diverse city, sorry, I'm still living here. There is little pockets where you can find that eclectic San Francisco that we used to know, but let's keep it real. Right. We have, unfortunately, because of greed, we sold ourselves out to essentially the tech industry. I mean no disrespect, but I'm going to tell you that all that is so-called innovative in time will become mundane. I want to talk about the nation of sociopaths that we've also created due to the lack of interaction. Young people that, with the penmanship of infants, due to the fact that everything has been done essentially on a computer. When computers go out, when there's a failure, people freak out, heaven forbid. I tell people, if we ever come down to the end of things, if you want to live, you better follow me, because I'll make sure at least you know how to get something to eat, and you'll be able to get some water.
And you were talking about how little children learn socialization.
So I'm going to give you an example of my reasons for this whole thing of the nation of sociopaths.
Would you explain about the little kids again? Because that was really
Absolutely.
good.
When I was a child, for example, there would be 2 of us, myself and Timmy and I are playing. So Timmy socks me in my arm, or vice versa. You start to cry, oh, you hit me, da 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 da, and someone would run over, an adult would run over and say, well, what happened? Because Timmy hit me. Most often, just based on the fact that the adult came over, you're in a state of panic, Timmy would start to cry too. Based on the fact that you were crying and Timmy knew that something was wrong with what just happened. The adult would ask what happened, and how did this go about? Because I wanted to play with this toy, da 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 da. Then you get the explanation of, now Timmy, you know, I understand you wanted to play with this toy, but there was no reason to hit Mary to get the toy. So there comes the apology. Both of you shake hands and apologize to each other because you know you want to be friends. So you were taught to apologize to each other. No one was blamed, made to feel bad. You actually were taught, well, you need to be friends with each other. You would either hug Timmy, shake hands, and then you would continue to play, but you learned a valuable lesson, a lesson that you would take into your life as you grew, learning how to interact with each other. So let's roll forward to what we're dealing with today. The name of the game is to win by any means necessary. We have games that are with blood gushing out, all kinds of madness, you know, to kill you, hurt, maim, which desensitizes you. A sociopath is one who has no conscience, different from the psychopath. The sociopath, in many ways, is actually a lot more dangerous because they have no conscience of the fact that they have no feeling, which makes it even worse, even scarier. Sadly, people start to feel once they have done something so terrible, all of a sudden, oh my God, look what I've done. But it's kind of like it's too little, too late. And you basically were desensitized. You were programmed to be that way. By keeping people, I think, to a certain amount of, to a certain degree, by desensitizing people, it allows you to manipulate them more. This manipulation, I feel, is manifested through marketing, ways to make money by any means necessary, subliminal. Now, no one yet has dared to write about this. You know, I say, once again, I reiterate, all that is innovative and is making you all this money in time becomes mundane. I don't want you to figure out a way for me to literally eat without having to open my mouth. I want to continue to be able to do certain things for myself by allowing people to be, when people say, oh, I love self-checkout. So what are you saying? Do you love the fact that you won't have a job? That your next door neighbor may not have a job? Why should people have to feel bad? The process of aging, guaranteed. There's two things it's guaranteed. If you live long enough, you're going to grow old and you're going to die. Those are the two things that are guaranteed. If you live long enough, you will grow old. Being older and being more mature, there's value in age. It's okay to be the oldest. Antiques sell a lot. They mean a lot. They get a lot of money. An older wine, a fine wine. So I have here something I would like to share with you about age.
Okay.
It's off of a card, and these aren't my words exactly.
Okay.
Age doesn't mean a thing. The best tunes are played on the oldest fiddles.
Okay. You know, you were talking originally, you're talking about this disassociation that's happening in San Francisco with the tech industry. And I sat in the Embarcadero area and just in a car and watched people walk by. It was when they were leaving from work. And these people were like automatons. They were like robots. They just walked stiffly without looking around them. They were just, it was like they were in a trance. And you could see, and it was techie territory. And there was one after the other with this blank look about them. And I thought, these people look unhappy.
Surprisingly, it's funny that you mentioned that. I've been teaching a class, an aerobics class, that for 25 plus years.
Wow.
In the same place. It's a place now that's filled with techies. Now, ironically, or young people that are involved in the tech industry.
Right.
Engineers. This is what, let me share how wonderful this is. In my class, people actually make friends. I get these people that are like, wow, I've lived here for, a year, 2 years, 3 years, and I just decided one day to come to your class, and they actually make friends with each other in my class, because my class is the essence of me giving this to these young people, for them to interact with each other. They make friends. They're lonely. So I want to be clear that I don't blame this newer generation for their inability to interact.
Oh, no.
Because no one's taught them any better.
Yes.
I have no idea. Shame on the parents, because I don't get it. What are you teaching your child? Or what did they see coming from you?
I think it's, the word zeitgeist. It's what's happening in the culture at the time. The assumptions of the culture, what's accepted in the culture. The whole culture is now computers. It's all tech. Not just in San Francisco and in Silicon Valley, but the entire culture, because of cell phones and because the industry has moved so fast. And it's just what you're surrounded by. I don't think parents understand. They did some research and found out that if little children are interacting with a screen all the time, they're missing milestones of their life. That really deadens you inside, because time you spend looking at a screen, you can spend interacting with other people.
So, and you are absolutely correct. And I'm going to also throw something out there on the other end of the spectrum to all of my peers who are past the middle of age, who have chosen another side of life where they have chosen to become complacent and autonomous in the process of aging, using excuses, making excuses. I'm too old for that. I'm old now. That's nonsense. Age is not just a number, because you have earned some stripes. So I don't allow anyone to tell me, oh, well, age is just a number, because your 20 years doesn't have anything on mine. I'm sorry, sweetie, but I've been in the ocean a little bit longer than you, so I had to fight off a few more sharks than you did. Okay? Sorry. Okay? But I will say this. To those of my peers that have made it a choice to lay back and be, just let themselves go and have chosen from the other extreme to, nah, I've seen everything. That's a choice. What you need to be doing is, in the same respect, is getting up off your duffs and sharing with these young people and staying in life and remaining contemporary and being aware of what's happening around you. And even if you're not the fastest one on the computer, take the time to at least learn what's happening. My thing is this: no, I don't want to go to the moon. But I'll tell you one thing, I'm making sure that I have every tool that I need to go there just in case.
Just in case.
So, because you ain't leaving me behind. It's got to be one of us up there doing something.
Hey, you know what? And I found out, because I am older than you, and that shall remain undiscussed, that young people like older people to share with them what they know. They really like older people. They appreciate older people. They're not, and if they shine you on because you're older, they're missing so much. So find the young person that won't shine you on.
Well, this is the thing. I have to just keep it real.
Okay.
Somewhere, I look at you, I look at me. We shall never be old in our spirit.
Oh, absolutely.
I am not one of these people that's like, okay, I'll be forever 25, because I'm not 25.
No.
But in my spirit, I have the same enthusiasm that I had when I was 10. Cotton candy still tastes as good as it did when I was 7. And I refuse to allow myself to be railroaded off into, I look at you and I see me, I see us doing jump rope. Our bodies may not be able to do certain things, but I still look and I still am delighted when I see beautiful flowers. So many people, again, become complacent, become afraid to express joy for fear. They get caught up in all these things that are just stupid. Live your life so that you will not regret, what you could have done, what you should have done, and be sitting there on the sidelines. That's a choice. That's a choice.
I think so too.